Hello, I'd just like to go through the two previous polls from the old school RuneScape. So the first one, it's just a small poll. It's for an in-game event. I think it actually finished, and I've not really been following what's happening with it. It's called the Goblin Invasion, taking down the High Priest. So it's just the one question. 1,470 people voted in it, so I don't think it was up for long. And the question was, which gods do you want to join in the assault on the lair of the High Priest? 36% said the White Knights, 29% said Paddlins, sorry, I can't say that one. 11% said Varagard, 11% said the Falador Guard, 9% said the Knights of Odoin, and 4% said the Watchmen. So I think this is an event that happened, and I'm assuming the White Knights and the Paddlins fought the goblins. Okay, and the second one, God Wars and Banks. This was on the 3rd of September to the 9th of September. It has 17 questions. I have to do this quite quickly. And 28,080 people voted in it. So, question 1. The capacity of your bank will be increased by 24 slots, which is 3 rows. 98% said yes. Question 2. A search button will be added to the bank screen, allowing you to filter displayed items. 97% said yes. Question 3. The bank will remember how many items you withdraw or deposit when you use withdraw X or deposit X, and will offer this number when you as an extra withdraw or deposit option on each item. 93% said yes. Question 4. A deposit all button will be added to the bank screen for attempting to deposit all items from your inventory. 95% said yes. Question 5. A deposit all button will be added to the bank screen for attempting to deposit all the items you have equipped. 91% have said yes. Question 6. After you killed another player in single-way combat wilderness, you'll be protected from other players for 10 seconds. You will not be permitted to log out during this time. This protection will apply only to the player who got loot, not any other players who helped the kill. So 69% said yes, so that's probably not going to happen. Question 7. Makeover merchants such as Facilia will be given a right-click option to access their makeover more conveniently. 90% said yes. Question 8. God Wars Dungeon will be released as described in the developer's blog. 89% said yes. If God Wars Dungeon is released, the 4 bosses and bodyguards will broadcast messages to all players in the room to state what items have been dropped and to whom. Oh, that's a good idea. 87% have said yes. Question 10. If God Wars Dungeon is released, the boss room doors will be entrances only and the altars will have teleports to let you exit. Okay, so 86% have said yes. I'm not really sure why they'd have that. I thought the doors were always a two-way thing. Maybe it's just a new feature they're adding into this. Anyway, if God Wars Dungeon is released, spiritual warriors, rangers, and mages should be assigned as slayer targets very frequently for the first month after relaunch and then reduced to a normal rate. 57% have said yes, so that might not go through. If God Wars Dungeon is released, when the 4 bosses drop stacks of herbs, they should do so in banknote form. 92% have said yes. That sounds like an alright idea. Question 13. If God Wars Dungeon is released, the Armadillo Godsword attack will cost 60% of your power. 51% have said no, so I'm not really sure how much it does normally. I think like before in the main game, I thought it was 100% that God Wars swords did. I mean, I had a Bando's Godsword, but I can't really remember. Question 14. If God Wars Dungeon is released, spiritual mages will drop a shard of dragon materials that is used to upgrade rune boots into dragon boots instead of dropping the dragon boots directly. Now, that sounds terrible. 52% have said yes, so I'd rather get the boots. unless they were planning on implementing, say, I'm not sure if we have dragonfall helms, but I know we definitely don't have dragon plate bodies, so they might be thinking about implementing them. Question 15. If God Wars Dungeon is released, a new degradable item called Amulet of the Damned will be dropped by Zamorak Boss. Its stats are equivalent to the Amulet of Glory, and if worn along the full set of barrows, this amulet would absorb a fraction of combat damage from any hit splat over 15. See the dev blog for more details. So 62% have said yes. So this sounds like an amulet that you wear and you just get a few bonuses with it. Question 16. If God Wars Dungeon is released, a magic weapon similar in behaviour to the Staff of Light will be dropped by the Zamorak boss. See the dev blog for full details. 78% have said yes, so I'm assuming it's sort of like they're just introducing basically the Staff of Light. But it probably won't look like it. I don't think they can do that yet, but they might be able to. Question 17. If God Wars Dungeon is released, an Armadillo crossbow will be dropped by the Saradomin boss. See the dev blog for full details. So I'm not really sure why the Armadillo crossbow will be dropped by Saradomin, but anyway, 72% said yes, so that has a small chance of coming through. Okay. Anyway, so just read the dev blogs, read RuneScape updates, and we'll see what's coming into the game within a few months and in the future.